Hello, my name is Joanne Knight. Welcome to the barn. I was doing some quilting on this vintage piece right here, and this is the original size that it started at. It's gone through several transformations, and this is the size that it's going to end up at, so it's quite a bit of difference. I was quilting on it yesterday, and I was working on this pattern in this triangle right here. Let me go to my greater than and less than. You can see that I've done quite a bit of manipulating. This is the pattern that I was working on, and my type A personality just would not let me live with the wobble that I had on a part of the pattern. I was working on it yesterday. Today I decided, nope, can't live with that. I went ahead and did some more quilting, but I want to resew that piece right there. So let me tell you what I did, because I thought it would make a pretty good barn buddy and that it might help you some. I set my point of origin just like I do every single time I turn my machine on. I went back to the quilt group that I was working on, and I have my machine head at this little point right here. Even though I set the point of origin, I had quilted this pattern, then I turned around and quilted this pattern, then I quilted this pattern right here. So I had done a little bit more quilting since I had quilted this pattern. What that caused is shrinkage. Even though I had put the point of origin exactly the same, I still had shrinkage. So the patterns are no longer where they are on the computer screen that they are on the quilt. So I'm going to do a relocate, and I'm going to select this pattern, and I'm going to right click, and I'm going to go down to relocate, and I'm going to tell CreativeStudio to shift all to one point, and I'm going to left click. Boundaries do not move, but I'm done with this boundary, so I don't have to be concerned with that. It has to be a pattern that you have quilted, so I'm going to tell CreativeStudio that I'm going to click this bottom point right here, and my machine head is at that point, so I'm going to say yes, and you're going to see those patterns shift a little bit. Now, I could do a restart and quilt this pattern, but if I do that, then I've got to decide where the restart is going to be. Instead of doing that, I'm going to select my pattern, and I'm going to go to F7, which is my nodes, and I'm going to hover over this node, and I'm going to hit the letter D on my keyboard. Then I'm going to select the yellow pattern, because I need to divide again, and yellow is selected, and I'm going to hit the letter D, and that leaves me that one piece of pattern right there, which is what I want to resew. So I'm going to toggle that pattern as unsewn. You can see that the pattern starts sewing at the top, and I want it to start sewing there because that way, and there shouldn't be, but if there is any shrinkage at all, I don't have to worry about these two lining up. So I'm going to sew that out, and we're going to see how well it lines up. I have got that sewn out, and I cannot tell you how much happier I am with it now. If whenever you hit quilt, your machine does not go to the point where you need it to go to, in other words, if it doesn't line up with this curve right here or whatever piece that you have already stitched, then do a relocate again. You can do that over and over again. So go ahead and do a relocate again, because it won't hurt to do it more than one time. So I'm going to continue working on my quilt, and I'm going to quilt these straight lines right here, and then I will continue with some more of my background, and hopefully I will get this done. Y'all stay safe out there. I feel really blessed and fortunate that we have these machines to be able to keep us busy while we're all doing these social distancing. Thank you.